And welcome, Sultan Turk wrestling fans, to Sultan High School, tonight's senior night action for the 2016-17 season. Senior night, Sultan High School versus Ceadercrest Red Wolves. I am joined on the broadcast by executive producer director Dave Moon, who is on the console, and I am joined by Sultan alum, former 4-year letterman at Sultan, Nicholas Sorchin. Hi, Nick.
Hi, how's it going?
And we are good. We are good to go. And welcome to senior night, everybody. Hey, if you guys don't know who I am by now, I'm Coach Brian. I have been involved with the Sultan wrestling program since before 2006, when my son was a freshman here. So I have been involved with TurkPride.tv since 2011, I believe, is when I started my first broadcast here on TurkPride.tv. And Nicholas, you are in your second year of on the broadcast for Sultan Turk Wrestling.
I am indeed, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and so this, like I said, this is senior night, and wrestling's a little bit different. And we're going to start. One of the things that we do that's different for wrestling than we do for the other varsities, the other sports, is we bring you, because there's so few of them, and because my son is one of them, we bring you all the JV matches.
Ah.
Okay, and this is something that we knew that we started last year, but we're just about ready to get to get going, and we're going to have our Windmill Espresso first match of the night.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Now, Nick, you've been involved with senior night once.
I have. Mm-hmm.
And how did that go for you? And tell me your story about senior night while we wait for the matches to start.
Well, if I remember correctly, senior night will always be engraved in my brain, mostly because as I was walking onto the mat, I tripped.
I remember that, actually.
And that was one of those things that, of course, at the time, I thought, oh, this is not good. But later I look back on it now, and it was absolutely hilarious.
Well, good.
And so that's what I remember mostly about the match. But then afterwards, after all the matches, we got to stay with our parents, take a picture. It was a great time to kind of like end the year of home wrestling, kind of like a conclusion to it.
And you and I have had a chance to talk about what wrestling does for a young man. And you know, every single one of these young men to me they're a champion for stepping on the mat. I mean, you've got guys that have, within the last 2 weeks have cut 10 pounds just to be able to have a match tonight. And they may not, just because they cut 10 pounds, that doesn't mean they're going to win.
Right.
And it's a very, very much, while it's an individual sport, it's also very much a team sport, because you make each other better just by virtue of the fact that you're here. Now, we do not have a program for you tonight. I don't have a program, so I can't tell you who the wrestlers are. So
neither can I. Sorry.
That's okay. I mean, we'll be able to tell you who the Sultan wrestlers are, but I believe this wrestler for Sultan is one of our newer wrestlers. But we are underway. We have the clarification desk is going to be here, and yeah. Ceadercrest gets, that is a cradle. That is going to be a cradle right there.
Cradle's a brutal move.
That was a brutal cradle right there. He gets the 2 takedown and then the 2 near fall probably.
That was a good roll out of it right there. So that way he didn't and came out of the mat as well. So it worked out in his favor, I think.
Yeah, the only reason why it was only 2 points instead of 3 points on the near fall. The near fall is when you get him into a pinning combination and you're exposing the back at more than 45 degrees to the mat.
Oh, Sultan wrestler loses his footing there a little bit.
Well, he's definitely trying to stay out of that cradle again. Sultan in blue, Red Wolves in black, with the red. Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh, not a good position.
Barbed wire position on that. probably at least 2-point near fall coming if he's able to get to roll out of this. But with 48 seconds left to go, wow, he was able to roll out of it. Gives up 2-point near fall. He did get the escape there.
Sometimes just having determination and not wanting to get pinned is gets you out of a lot of situations.
Well, when we get to the actual varsity matches, this is and we goes down by pin. So this is a JV match, so it doesn't have anything to do with the standings other than giving these kids some mat time. You know, they're going out there, they're getting their mat time, and we're going to see how this all lays out for them. Our last JV, this is Willie.
Willie.
I know that, but I don't think they provided us with a program tonight, so we are on our own. I think maybe we started a little sooner than people expected. This is Willie. Willie wrestled pretty well up there at Darrington last weekend. I believe these two may have actually squared off up there.
So a little bit of a rematch of sorts. Willie being very aggressive with those shots.
Yeah, Willie. He is known for doing a lot of oh boy, that's not going to work. He gave up his head there. But typical Willie rolls out of it, and he's probably going to get rolled again because that's just the way he wrestles. Yeah, this is not going to go. This isn't going Willie's way. I mean, he's usually able to scramble out of these things and wiggle his way out. He's going to get that leg. That's a pin.
That hind arm can be brutal.
He just, he left his head out there, and that happened. And we've got Mr. Dennis is going to step out here. Is this Caleb Dennis stepping out?
That's something I always enjoy watching. I enjoy watching where wrestlers take their bands to put them on.
Yeah, it shows you how ready they are to. Sometimes it tells you what their mindset is. And now Caleb. Mr. Caleb Dennis there, he spent part of his summer down in Australia on a wrestling tour with some kids from the Pacific Northwest and got some really good experience down there. He's a state kid.
This should be a good match.
He's a state wrestler, and so. And of course, my highlight of the evening is getting ready to come out on the mat here in just a few moments. Once Caleb gets the pin here.
Oh, isn't that cute?
That is from the clarification desk, and we're just clarifying that the wrestler coming up next is my son Jason, right, Claire?
Yes.
Yes.
Caleb doing a very good job circling here.
Oh, look at that. Look at him use his hips there. Caleb just hipped into him. A lot of times wrestlers will, when they get in that position, they'll bail out of it. Caleb just he's got him in that combination now. That's going to be a pin here in just a few moments. We've still got 1:17 left to go here in this first round, but he is just going to stack him just like that.
Good cradle there by Caleb.
Yep. Stepping up next is sophomore Jason Atkinson for the Turks. Oh, somebody forgot something. Somebody forgot to put his singlet on. So it's all good. Nobody look. We won't put you.
Oh my gosh, she's just changing right here.
We won't put you on camera.
My innocent eyes.
Now, I will say, I don't know who's Jason wrestling, but this is what would be considered a freshman mistake.
It's definitely not a freshman, not a veteran mistake. Now, Jason has been wrestling since he has been 5 or 6 years old, so he's had hundreds of matches. He's made mistakes along the way, just like everybody else. And this should be a pretty good matchup for what I consider to be one of the heart and soul of Sultan wrestling, because he's one of the hardest workers in the room. There we go. Jason's going to tie him up. He doesn't want to tie up with Jason, so we're going to play this little game of cat and mouse here a little bit. Jason ties him up again. He needs to reach for that leg. Where's the leg, Jason? Make him. Hear the coach asking him. Jason gets behind him, gets the takedown. Right
That's
away.
a good duck under.
Does the duck under. That's a very simple, basic move.
Needs to be careful there. Almost got a full Nelson.
Jason knows what he's got going here. He's just trying to flatten him out. He's going to try to escape. Jason, Jason accidentally locked hands there. So he's going to give up. He gives up the point there. So now we're all tied up at 2. 1:07 left to go here in this first round. Jason's going to tie up there. Yeah. Jason, he's
he's go for cross. Yeah.
He's not in a good position. He's going to need to get away from that. Needs to cross face and get out of that.
He's also extend the leg.
Don't give that up. Don't give that up. Jason gives up the 2 points. Goes down 4-2. 30 seconds left to go here. Oh, here comes the Granby. Jason reverses him, ties it up at 4.
Very good.
28 seconds left to go here. Trying to flatten him out.
Ceadercrest wrestler got out of position there, and Jason just bumped him off.
He used his hips really well on that. Don't give it up. Don't give it up. He doesn't want to give up that escape there. Jason goes down. It's now 5-4. 6 seconds to go. Jason gets a takedown right as time is going to expire. Goes up 6-5 going into the second round.
It's a good position for Jason right here.
And it's going to wind up on Red. Red's probably going to defer. Green chooses neutral. Jason's been able to, coach is advising him because he's been able to get most of the takedowns here. And they shake hands here. They don't need to do that starting in the second round, but they do it anyway. Jason tried to set that duck under again. Oh, if he
crossface,
get around, crossface hard. Oh,
Jason there grabbing the
look at that.
His ankle. Ooh.
He's got the takedown. Goes up 8-5. Minute 30 left to go in the second round. The bottom wrestler, the Ceadercrest wrestler, fighting hard, trying to stay out of this. But Jason now has a 3-point lead. He is not able to turn him or get him flattened out.
He's facing a much longer and lankier wrestler, which is always a little difficult.
Yeah, it's 8-6 now. Jason still has a 2-point lead going in here with a minute to go here in the second round. He's going to pick at Jason's leg. Jason's going to do it again. Watch this now. He's setting up. He's going to get off your knees. Get off your knees. Keep moving. Oh, he's got it. He gets his half in. Finally got him flattened out.
40 seconds left on the clock.
It's 10-6. Jason has a 4-point lead with 35 seconds left to go.
Trying to run a half here.
Get off your knees, bud. Oh, he's getting closer with 20 seconds to go. Jason grabs that leg. We're way too close to the end there. If he pulls him in, he's counting. He's got to pull him in, though. He's got to pull him in. If he pulls him in.
Jason's got to be careful not to circle out.
All right, but you know what? He's going to get 2-point near fall out of that.
3-point.
3-point near fall. He's going to go up 13-6 with 2 minutes left to go.
Very productive round for Jason.
Red's going to choose down because he's been able to score points off the escape. And Jason, like I said earlier, he gave up a point with a Russian green.
Looks like he didn't quite have the hand on the elbow there.
That's a tough one.
Always.
Jason lets him go. It's going to be 13-7, 1:52 left to go. Jason's setting up something there. Oh. What do you got?
Ooh, almost goes for that head and arm.
He's in a good position if he's just another takedown for the Atkinson. Toe pressure. He flattens him out. He finally gets him flattened out. 15-7. Jason's up with 1:20 left to go here in this third round.
Ooh.
We're getting close. Jason flips him, puts him on there. Get on your toes and look up. Jason,
Oh, there's the pin.
brings the pin home for the hometown crowd.
Very good match.
Nice job. He's a little tired. Did you see the whole team stood up and cheered for him?
Good. That was a good match.
Now, I may or may not have scouted that match out ahead of time up in Darrington last weekend. I knew that would be. I knew that would be a very good match between the two of them, and that it would be pretty close. And I figured that was going to be good for both of them. Okay. But we have senior stuff coming up, and I am excited to talk about these seniors. And Nick, you know all of these seniors coming up.
I think so.
And Claire, let's go to the clarification desk. Should Dad be proud at Jason's win?
Well, yes, of course.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. We love going to the clarification desk.
That just seems to be what I'm good at.
Well, thanks for clarifying that for us.
Ha ha ha.
Hey, so my boss asked me today if I was good at PowerPoint, and I said I excel at it. And then he said, "Is that a word pun? Was that a Microsoft Office pun?" And I said, "Word." And
That was a good one.
you know, last year for Jason's birthday, I gave him a flattened out cardboard box. He said he wanted an Xbox. We have programs. We have programs, everybody. You can do that. So we've got our seniors coming up. We have 9 seniors coming up, guys. Absolutely 9 seniors.
Yeah.
So. And with that,
Looks like it's going to be a pretty full lineup tonight.
we are only going to have 2 forfeits, so 12 out of the 14 matches are going to be actually wrestled tonight.
Let's see, where will that be? 106 and...
And I believe it's 195.
Will that be a forfeit on our side or theirs?
But forfeit for us at 106, a forfeit for them at 195.
Okay.
So we're just having a real quick break in the action while we get ready to do our seniors. So, hey, you know what? We need to make sure we always thank our sponsors here at TurkPride.tv.
Of course.
Our title partners like Sky Valley Inc. And you know what? Nicholas, take it away.
Let's see. So we, of course, have Sky Valley Inc. Great sponsor there. And how could we forget our Sultan Turks youth basketball team? Always appreciate their sponsorship. The Sultan High School Booster Club. Always love them to be there for us. Windmill Espresso. Thank you very much for the sponsor. Cascade Athletics. Wow, what a great sponsor there. Sultan Chiropractic. That's a good one right there. Bigfoot Brew. Always a good sponsor. Brandy Farnell Photography. Always an appreciated sponsor from her. Les Schwab Tire Center in Monroe. That's a good sponsor if I've ever heard one. Rico's Pizza and Gold Bar. Another good sponsor right there. And of course, Embroidery from the Soul. Embroidery for the Soul from Sultan. And other supporting partners from Cascade Athletics are the Monroe Fireplace, the Yo Fort Frozen Yogurt, East Teak Hardwoods, and Monroe Family Dentistry.
Well, now you've made me hungry. I may go to Rico's Pizza.
And
Go to Rico's Pizza, get a Turk fried pie.
That sounds good.
Turk fried pie.
maybe get some coffee for the Windmill Espresso or the Bigfoot Brew.
And then I'll go get some Froyo from Yo For It.
And of course, you could always replace your tires there on the way there from Les Schwab Tire Center. Maybe you get a embroidery for the soul
And maybe I'll get my pictures done on the way there from Brandy Varnell Photography.
to show off your new tattoo from Sky Valley Inc.
These guys are great. Can you hear me? These guys are great. Sky Valley Inc. isn't a tattoo parlor, though. By the
Oh,
way.
is it not? Oh, I'm very sorry then. I really thought it was. My mistake.
So what we're going to do is, as they, since they're reading the stuff for the seniors, as the senior comes out, I'm going to talk about what I know about that senior. Sarah King, excellent soccer player. Is an awesome defender. Been a really good manager for us here, and also one of the nicest people you're ever going to meet.
She's very nice.
Yeah, she's always very kind and respectful to the crazy dads that show up into the wrestling room and watch their kids wrestle. Always good to see Miss Sarah King, and very well loved by the team. I know that. Gracie Lowe, first year came out to wrestle for the first time this year, and has grown at leaps and bounds on her wrestling. She ended up taking fourth place at a ladies tournament last weekend down in Fife. But in each one of her matches, she was really close to victory in each one, and just made a small mistake and ended up, not getting the wins. Very well could have taken first place, and so. And yep, you betcha. We love one of the unique characters here at Sultan. Was a great volleyball player when she played volleyball and things like that. Bailey Tudor. Bailey is one of the things I remember most about Bailey is it doesn't actually have to do with wrestling. It has to do with cross country. But everywhere that kid goes, I turn around and there is 2 or 3 girls from another team that are following him around. It is so funny to watch.
Oh my gosh.
And he just makes friends with all the girls wherever he goes. So that's Bailey for you. I'm correct, right, Nicholas?
I'd say you're pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close. So
Well, he's a very nice guy. I'm a little biased, though.
Oh, what else can I say about Anthony Hall? He was one of my middle school wrestlers when I coached. He was in the kid program. Put his heart and soul into wrestling since he was in 5th or 6th grade. So. Be savage and always play Counter-Strike. His senior season's been a little bit derailed by injuries, but You know what? I expect to see him placing at state this year because he's just one of those good guys. Oh, Chase. I've known Chase for years and years, 4th grade, and one of my best memories of Chase is when wrestling practice would be over, and the wrestlers would all be in the wrestling room. He would come in and he would see things that a 4th grader doesn't want to see, and he would run out, and I ain't going in there till they're done doing what they're doing. So we love our Chase. Just one of those all around good guys. Jacob Weaver. I was glad when he finally made the decision to wrestle after flirting with basketball as long as he did. Don't miss weight.
Word from the wise.
That is very wise advice.
Don't miss weight. Jamel Carroll. Where would this team be without our good friend Jamel? Yep, he's correct. The wrestling season starts as soon as state is over. You need to be back in order to get good. Tanner Belcher, known him since 3rd grade. First time I ever went to a freestyle wrestling tournament, which is off-season wrestling. I kept hearing this name, Tanner Belcher Sultan. Tanner Belcher Sultan, you are up on mat 6. Tanner Belcher. I had no idea who this kid was, and I had to go watch him, and I've been watching him ever since. And I loved watching him play linebacker for the Sultan Turk football team. And my favorite phrase for him in football was Tanner Belcher in a cloud of dust when he played fullback. Because that's what happened behind him. He just left players in his wake. And, you know, this next young man, I don't know what else to say about this next young man, but I remember Morgan Yates coming into the kid wrestling program, and I remember watching him wrestle. I remember saying, that is one of the softest kids. But he has turned into this phenomenal young man. He's not soft, he's rock hard, he's solid. He put his heart and soul into becoming a great wrestler, and I guarantee you he's going to be on the podium at state this next year.
I completely agree.
And the leader that he has become over the last 3 years has just been incredible. And he's really good to his teammates. I know my son comes home and tells me all the funny things that Morgan says and does around the wrestling room, and I'm like, did he really say that? It's usually very, very respectful, but every once in a while it's like, really? So. And you know, wrestling is one of those sports that just takes so much time and dedication.
Yes.
Without a doubt.
And I have a request for the Claire. The team that's coming back next year, they need you back to be their wrestling manager next year. So, I've made the request now. You could ponder it, or you could just.
I think my managing days are over.
Oh, so she has. We have clarification on that. She has retired from managing wrestling.
I don't. Now, I'm looking forward to the senior night because I believe we'll see every single senior wrestle on the lineup. Or at least that's the plan.
You know what? I believe so. And we're gonna have a little bit of fun here. You know, the lights are gonna go down here in a little bit. You're gonna see a full packed house coming up. We have undeniably the best seats in the house, thanks to Dave Moon. Dave Moon's a nodding agreement over there, and Jason. Now, just to tell you guys, others. Yeah. Jason, who just finished, just recently, he's still sweating from his match that he had. he runs up here, and now he's running the camera for us for tonight.
Thank you, Jason.
And you just can't tell you. I can't tell you how proud I am to be his dad, but he is probably bar none one of the best cameramen we have here at Sultan, because he actually zooms into the action and he moves that camera around. And I have it on good authority that that match that Jason had tonight is going to be cut for me by Dave Moon, so I can share with friends and family.
Oh. And how would he cut that video?
On YouTube. I'll be able to share it via Facebook.
I'm Dave Moon. Have you met me?
Oh, of course. You can do anything with a computer.
If Dave Moon can't do it, no one can.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I wouldn't have missed this for anything in the world. Well, we're getting ready. We're gonna have our national anthem, I believe, here in just a moment. Seniors, the captains have come out and they decided odds or evens. Now, the reason the captains meet at the center, the referee has some instruction for them. But odds or even are actually a pretty important part of this. Now we're going into the dual match portion, where you earn team points for victories.
Very good.
3 points for just like a 1 or 2 point victory. Anything 3 or more, I believe, is a major victory.
I thought, is it not 7?
It's 7.
7 is a major. So
7 is a major. Anything below 7 is a minor.
Okay. It's a good thing we have our former manager here with us to help us clarify that. And so you get 3 points for a minor, 4 points for a major victory, 5 points for a tech, which is you beat them by 15 or more points. And once it hits 15 points, they stop the match or more. And then, of course, a pin is worth 6 points onto the board.
Yes.
So some of these wrestlers going out here for Sultan, I was talking to the coaches ahead of time. This is the best team that Ceadercrest has put out in the last few years. We have not lost a dual meet since 2010 or 2011.
Wow.
In the Cascade Conference. So this is huge tonight because we have literally not lost a dual meet. And we have a chance at the duels coming up, the Cascade duels coming up. But we're gonna do the fun stuff here where they're gonna run in and
This is my favorite part.
Here come the varsity boys. Are you ready to rumble? Oh yeah, this is one of the funnest parts about wrestling, is in front of the home crowd, the lights go down, the light is down there.
Oh yeah.
It makes it hard for the camera work. I wish it was a little brighter, but somebody broke our wrestling light.
I just love the energy and the excitement of this first part. I mean, wow.
Well, wrestling is one of the world's oldest sports.
Huh.
All right.
That was good.
So I was telling you, they have a little coin toss at the beginning, and odds are even. So the first match, whoever wins gets to choose odds are even, and that wrestler has to show up on the mat first. And a lot of times you use that as you'll write in that you're going to be wrestling somebody, and then the other wrestler goes out there, and then if it's a really good wrestler and you're probably going to lose that match, you then forfeit to him and then bump that wrestler up. So it's a lot about matchups. There we go. This is at 195.
That was 220.
That was 220. I guess that's Morgan Yates. So Zach's going to be receiving a forfeit. So they have a 106. Oh boy, this is going to be one of those matchups that you hope it goes our way on that. McBride is one of the best wrestlers at this weight in the state.
I think our Sultan guys got him.
Well, that should be a good match right here. Aiden Fleming and Cameron Rose. Caleb Webb making the drop down to 132 pounds for tonight. Matty Johnson. Matty's one of those wrestlers, when he's got it, he's got it. But if he ain't got it,
we hope he gets it in the match.
Oh, it just... Donald Dennis stepping out. Jacob Weaver, 152. Chase comes in at 160 pounds. Caleb Way. Jamel Carroll.
What a hat.
I love the hat. The hat is where it's at. I'm a poet and I know it. Anthony Hall stepping out. Oh, they do. Forfeiting to Tanner. There we go. We're going to do our pledge here.
Let's play ball. Oh, sorry, wrong sport.
All right, tonight's action will start 220 pounds with the Sultan Turks, Zach Miller, receiving a forfeit.
Wow, we're gonna get 2 forfeits out of this, guys. That is huge right there. Coming into this matchup. So Zach Miller, the sophomore phenom. Morgan Yates. Now Morgan's actually a 220 pounder. He's just Morgan Yates on senior night. Woo! Cannot wait. Thanks to our cameraman extraordinaire. We got Morgan Yates out there, 285. As typical big guy wrestling. Lots and lots of upper grabbing and
Absolutely.
testing, and not a lot of movement to begin with. Usually with these big guys, they go in and try to get squeezed to get the advantage.
Now Morgan's surprising because he's very comfortable with those, but he has no problem going in for those shots as well.
Well, that just that's one of the things that I like about him is, see, he's setting it up right now. He's getting ready to throw him. But he's got to be careful not to put himself in a position where that's going to happen to him. They're staying way too close to the edge there.
I believe it's in Morgan's favor though, because if he throws him, he's going to go to inside. Well, if his opponent throws him, they'll go out.
That is correct. He's working that edge to his advantage right now. Morgan's, you can just see him trying to see what's there.
He also has to be very careful because, of course, his opponent has a weight advantage on him.
Yeah, I think there's been a little more ding-dongs on the other side there. 40 seconds left to go here in this first round. We have no score in this match. Mr. Morgan Yates, senior night, 285-pound weight class. They're just in there just digging away, trying to get that advantage. This is one reason why the big guys at the Olympics are so exciting, is because with the Greco, because this is where it's all at, with all this upper body stuff.
Now, Morgan Yates reminds me a lot of Taylor Comfort when he wrestled a year or two ago.
I would agree with that, but Morgan has more patience than Taylor did.
Definitely.
Red's going to defer. Oh, he chooses bottom. That's a surprise there. Normally they defer, but I think Morgan has him right where he wants him now. Now, usually when these big guys go down to the ground, they don't come up a whole bunch.
No.
Morgan working on that wrist. Probably. Oh, we're going to grab that ankle over there. There you go. If he gets that half in, it's. He gets the half in.
Oh,
he
Granby
gets rolled. That is not a good sign, guys. He's counting. He's counting. Oh, so he's going to give up the reversal there and the near fall. So he's going to go down 5-0.
Oh, Morgan reaches back. Not a good idea.
Well, in this case, I think it is.
Makes it work.
Gets the reversal. Now it's going to be all tight. If he doesn't pin him here, which he will.
Ooh.
Morgan Yates with the second round pin on senior night.
That was a risky move that wound up paying off for him.
Well, that had to go, for the Turks to win this, that had to go the way it went. That's a 6 points that you absolutely have to have. Because we're a whole lot stronger in the upper weights, and they're a whole lot stronger in the lower weights.
Definitely.
Pesky forfeits,
Unless they're for us, then they're great.
Luke, sophomore, been at 113 pounds all year. Luke Weaver at 113 pounds. This is going to be a little different. Go a little different than the big guys there. These are the little guys. Luke.
Oh.
Luke. Oh, the 6 points are going to be huge when he gets it.
Right off the bat.
And that's
Oh, not quite.
Oh, Luke is able to survive that. He goes up 5-0 there.
Gets on a leg ride.
He's going to guillotine that.
I think called potentially dangerous.
Oh, we're good. thank you to Jason and his fine camera work over there. Wrestling deserves fine camera work. Luke is just about ready. He's working on getting more near fall there.
Just with an onslaught of attacks here.
Is gonna try to get that cradle. Oh, now he's got the front. Barbed wire. Oh, he's got him in that cradle. There's a front cradle on that. What do you call that there, Nick?
I'm not quite sure. I can't tell if it's a suicide cradle or just
There he
a
goes again.
inside cradle.
Get up on your toes. Get up on your toes. Oh, Luke Weaver brings home the pin. Turks go up 18-6. That's another huge victory. Senior Hunter Jones at 120 pounds. Stepping out senior versus freshman. Now, unless you've been wrestling since you could walk and you've been to USA National Wrestling Camps, usually the senior has the advantage on this stuff. They're just more experienced.
I'm sure Hunter Jones has been working hard in the wrestling room, though.
He has been, yes. Got to watch him wrestle a lot last weekend up in Darrington. I was impressed with some of the things that he's learned over the years. Up, he's in a pinning con. Up, Hunter goes down.
I think
That's
Hunter
too
did
bad.
well. Considering the experience difference, I think Hunter did very well.
Oh, absolutely. You just learn. You go out there and you learn. Oh, Aiden Fleming.
And by the request of Scott Fleming, I have to say meow before Aiden's match.
Meow. Well,
Meow.
Aiden is the cat's meow. Aiden, one of my favorite wrestlers out there, at 126 pounds. Aiden has been working hard since he was in 3rd grade.
He's been wrestling in the wrestling room longer than some of the seniors.
Yeah, he has been. he just shows up and says, "I'm ready to work," and that's one of the things I like about him is he shows up and he's ready to work. One of those coach's dreams, you know. Just oh boy. Points are important here.
Working him back in.
Going to go back out, but Fleming with the takedown goes up 2-0. 1:15 left to go here in this first period of 3 rounds of 2 minutes each.
Quick sit out there by Ceadercrest, but Aiden contains it very well.
Oh boy, look at that. Oh, look at that. He's got that double armbar again. That's one of his signatures out there, is that double armbar that he likes to put out there. Aiden's still just working on that armbar.
Some people just settle with a single armbar, but oh no, not Aiden.
Oh, Aiden punishes you. One of the nicest kids you'll ever meet. But he just punishes. When he's on, he's not mean. He's just very deliberate, and it needs to hurt. I know it's kind of an oxymoron, but that's just the way I look at it. Oh, nice job. Still working. Oh, look at that stack. He's gonna push on the head again, and he is just gonna. Oh, he didn't quite get the near fall on that. Still up 2-0. 25 seconds left to go here in the first round. Stall warning on the bottom wrestler there. He's still working it with 10 seconds to go.
That's good work by Aiden, staying moving so he does not get called for stalling.
Yep. Oh, we're going to go to the second round. Aiden's up 2-0. He's going to defer.
Aiden's opponent's going to have to mix it up because he has not done anything to score points yet.
Well, going in, if we get to the third round, which we hope we don't with an Aiden win, of course. One of the things, that was almost special, but Aiden did that on purpose. Going to 2 near fall on that, goes up 4-0. So when you can score off the top like that and not give up a reversal or an escape there, that's always big. But if he goes to the third round and Aiden gets to choose down, he's got one of the quickest reversal switches. If I'm concerned in the state, he's that good. I mean, yeah, I'm a homer. Guys out there, Coach Brian, send your complaints to I don't care. And I love my Sultan kids, and he's going to put that. Oh, he's got that pressure on there. He's going to end up giving. Shoulder throws on that. Oh, Aiden giving up the points there. He's going to be down. If he gets out of it, he's going to be down 5-4 now. So after dominating the whole match, he makes that mistake and gives up that shoulder throw. Aiden's just got to hold on here to get to the third round and not give up any more near fall.
Doing a good job right now and not giving up any near fall.
The Ceadercrest wrestler is just pulling all his might, and he's just holding on. All right. Well, now, ironically enough, we are down by 1 point. So this will be interesting. Yeah, now you go from 4-0 down to 5-4, just like that. That's one of the. So we'll hopefully get to see that quick switch that I told you about. Oh, he gave up that arm right away.
Going for a brutal leg right now.
Well, he's got a stall warning on him, so. Oh, come on, Aiden. Nope. He's going to have to score here, though. After dominating the first portion of this match, he gave up that one mistake. But I think he was stalling. Oh, he's going to come out the back. He's trying to come. Oh, he doesn't get it. This is got to pull something out here. We got 1 minute to go. He's got to figure out a way to score here. If he doesn't call, he might call a stalemate. There comes the stalemate, and that was needed.
Aiden's going to need a new game plan. He needs this escape at least.
Well, the switch didn't work, so maybe he needs to go with the stand-up. Doesn't get it.
No, Aiden knows he's going to be going for that leg ride.
This is huge coming up. He's counting. That's too bad. So now he goes down. 8-4. So now he's got to have to reverse him and get near fall within the next 20 seconds to win this match.
15 seconds left.
Yep.
That was good work there by Aiden, but just not quite soon enough.
It was a good match. You know, he made that mistake. Turks are now only up by 3, 18-15, going into the next round.
That's going to be a minor decision victory for Ceadercrest, giving them 3 more points on the team scoreboard.
This is another one of those pivotal matches coming up. We need Caleb Webb to pull this out at 132 pounds.
Now, Caleb, I'd say, is a little bit like Matt Johnson. When he has it, he has it.
Oh, that looked like a bit of a fireman's there. Oh, he almost got stacked there. Nice movement there underneath. Caleb's only down 2-0. He's still moving, still moving.
Caleb having very good movement right now.
Well, they got that leg right in there. So we got a minute left to go here in this first round. Caleb's down 2-0, so he's not still a close match. From a wrestle over by the edge now. Still 40 seconds to go.
Caleb needs to be careful not to give up any near fall right now.
Not a whole lot of action other than Caleb's on the bottom and she's trying to turn him over, as Claire would say. One wrestler's on the bottom, one wrestler's on top.
Caleb needs to be careful not to get a stall call called on himself right now.
Well, it looks like he's going to make it to the end of the first round, down 2-0. This is where Caleb needs to score in this second round here. Oh, almost.
Gets the sips out.
Almost got it. Oh boy, not counting yet. There we go. He stayed out of it, but still 2-0. We've got 55 seconds to go here in this second round. Caleb's down 2-0. Boy, this is getting close. This is getting close.
Caleb needs to get some movement in here right now.
score here in these last few minutes. That's the only way you win is to score points or avoid being pinned.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah. Sports according to Dave Moon. Score more points than your opponent. This has been a good match so far. Well, this is a telltale here. If he's able to keep him down and turn him, that's what we want.
Caleb's going to need those near fall points.
He's going to need to, he needs to turn him. Yeah, well, he needs to just turn him and pin him is what he needs to do. Easier said than done.
Needs to get on his hips.
Oh, gives up the escape, goes down. All right. With a minute 35 to go now, he's going to have to throw here.
Now, in a minute 30, I would still think he would go for a takedown and some near fall.
Oh, another fireman's right there. It's the second fireman's I've seen today.
I know you're a fan of the firemen's, but at the moment I'm not so much.
No, I'm not. I'm because it was the other team doing it.
At the moment, the score is 5-0 Ceadercrest with a minute 5 left on the clock.
Yeah, well, it's going to take here. He's gonna have to do a Granby or something here to turn him. Just can't give up. It's important he doesn't get pinned here for the team points.
Very important.
Because if we're going to lose, you don't want to give up. You don't want to give up the pin. We've still got 35 seconds. Yeah. That's huge.
If Caleb were to move here, that could be the difference between a loss and a tie or a win.
Oh, he's in a bad spot. Oh.
Caleb does a good job of quickly getting out of that move.
Well, going into this match, Caleb's job was to not get pinned.
I say he's done a good job.
Yeah. And so that's worth 3 points then, or is that worth 4?
I believe, since I was a 5-point difference, that is a 3-point gain.
Ties it up. We're all tied up at 18 for the team points right now. Going to the clarification desk, is that correct?
That is absolutely correct.
All right. Thank you, clarification desk.
Now,
Anytime.
Claire is a 7-point lead. Is that a 3 points for the team or 4 points?
4 points, because a 7-point lead would be a major decision, I believe.
Okay.
Don't take my word for it, but I'm pretty sure anything 7 or above is a major.
All right. Matt Johnson looking good right now.
Been watching Matty Johnson since he was in 3rd grade. And loved his attitude then. And he only has one way of doing it. Sometimes it's not the way everybody else does it. But he gives up the quick takedown there. Hey, Matty Johnson can be down 10-0, and I'm not worried because he'll do something and pull it out,
Oh, good switch right there. Oh.
Down 4-0. This is one of those critical matches here that we need to go our way.
Matt Johnson was in a lot of good positions there, but just couldn't quite manage to get any points from them.
we go.
Goes for a switch again.
Oh, almost out of it.
Oh,
Don't do that.
goes for the head and arm.
Shouldn't have done that. He should have just got away.
That was one of those high-risk moves that if it paid off, would have paid off well.
High risk, high reward on that. If you were able to pull that off. Well,
Oh!
almost got the near fall on that in the reversal.
Matt Johnson's done a very good job of almost getting points this last round.
Well, yeah, it very easily could be tied right now.
Without a doubt. Now, was that Matt Johnson that chose neutral right there?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
And that didn't go to his liking on that. He's giving up near fall points here.
Yikes, that looks like it hurts.
That's got to be careful not
He's
to get
got him
pinned.
in a banana split kind of a thing going on there. That's got to hurt.
Ouch. Well, now we know Matt can do the splits.
Thank you, clarification desk, for that, clarifying that. He goes down 9-0 now. We still have a minute left to go here in the second round. Still a chance for him. If he puts it in puts the right combination together here, he can still pull this off. This is Matt Johnson. Oh, that's not what you want there.
Matt Johnson goes for a risky move there, but once again, it just doesn't quite pay off.
I still have faith that he's going to pull this off. I do. I do. He's going to do a Granby or do something here. He's just going to come up with something because he always does. Kind of reminds me a little bit of last second lost Laban.
I was thinking the same thing.
You know, Kenny lost Laban from a few years back. He'd be down 14-0 and still win. He'd get a pin with the time expired, you know. All right. Well, he's going to choose. Is he going to choose? The coach is going to make him go down. He wants to go neutral.
Oh.
Oh, he denies. He denies the coach, and he decides. I hope it comes back to bite him.
Matt was either very tight or not prepared for that.
Well, he obviously knew he was going to get that right away. Otherwise, he would have chose down like the coach told him to. That's going to be a tech, guys. Not a pin, but a tech. So now Ceadercrest goes up 23-18. Donald Dennis at 145 pounds stepping out. Oh boy. The guy's arms are the size of Donald's legs. Now, one of the advantages that Donald has is he is an excellent athlete. Very quick. He's wrestled in middle school.
Good shot right there.
Oh.
Nice.
Uses his quickness on that. One of the things those Ceadercrest wrestlers they have done a very good job with their positioning on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
They've really trained them hard on that.
Very much so.
You hear the wrestlers telling the Ceadercrest wrestler that what he needs to do, but Donald is hanging on them hips and trying to get him flattened back out. You know, sometimes these wrestlers fall in love with these fancy moves and things like that. Sometimes, hey, get your half in.
The half's my favorite move.
Get your half in and get him turned. And oh, nice job. Way to keep him on the mat with 40 seconds to go.
Oh, goes for a leg ride.
He's going to get that leg ride in there.
He's got to be careful. Doesn't want to get shaken off.
A little bit high. He needs to reset this, or he's going to. He needs to get back on those hits. Oh, look at that. He was going for a stack there for a second. Stack is when you put the head underneath him. And
oh, goes for the stack again. Oh!
And now there he goes.
Only 3 seconds left.
There you go.
He's counting. He's going to get 2 out of that. So, Coach Garth McDicken telling him he needs to make sure he wrestles to his strength, and that's quickness. Red defers, and Donald's going to choose down. Obviously, the Ceadercrest guy is, like I said, his biceps are the size of Donald's legs. But Donald's quicker, and he's got a good switch.
Needs to get that arm out of there.
There you go.
Oh, gets that arm on.
Hip into him.
Got to pop the head out.
Got to help you up.
There we go!
Oh, reversal for Donald Dennis. Goes up 6-0. We're going to reset in the middle of the ring here.
With Donald on top.
You betcha. That is exactly what we wanted to have happen on that.
For sure.
What do you think, Claire?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Donald working it. Oh, he's got a chance here. Just barely misses it.
Now, right now the score is 6-0. So not only is Donald going to be looking for that pin, he's going to be 2 more points. That way it can be a major decision victory to tie it up.
Just the second round. Look at that. He's going to get him on this one.
Oh,
he's got it. Ah,
there we go.
Dennis pins away. Turks take the lead, 24-23, going into the 152-pound match.
Now looking forward to this match. This is where I wrestled last year, and I wrestled Jacob Weaver a ton in the wrestling room.
He just looks bigger than you at 152 pounds, though.
Bigger than me?
Yeah.
I was a lanky kid.
Yes, you were.
It was.
And newsflash, you still are.
It's stealth muscle.
It's stealth muscle. That's a new phrase for me. Stealth muscle. Yeah.
Oh,
look at that. Senior night for Jacob Weaver.
Does not work out in his favor. Oh.
He's got the takedown there. Well, he got the 2-point near fall out of that.
Now Jacob's a very controlling wrestler, very good at keeping you down, keeping you in the position he wants you. Just controlling the match.
Yeah, he's very cerebral.
Cerebral, yes, for sure, without a doubt.
Cerebro is from the X-Men, you know. Cerebral is, you know, he thinks as he wrestles. Cerebro's from, you know, the X-Men. Just call me Professor X. The things that come out of my mouth sometimes, I just don't know where they come from.
Oh,
he's going to suck that back.
dangerous position for Jacob.
That's all right. You know, giving up the escape's not bad. All he does is set him up for a takedown to put him in a pin in this next combination.
Oh, gets that leg.
Keep circling, or you're going to give up a reversal there, or a takedown. Actually, that had been a takedown.
Circling beautifully by Jacob right here.
Stalemate. Stalemates win. Neither wrestler's gaining any kind of advantage.
Good call on the ref.
Thank you, clarification desk. I thought it was too.
We have a blood time on Jacob right now.
We'd like to thank all the Turk varsity wrestlers that came out last Sunday to help referee their first annual youth clinic.
Oh, were you at the youth tournament?
I was.
How did it go?
I was tired. I even reffed some matches.
Ah.
Dave Moon would have laughed if he'd have seen me out there reffing matches. Me and my big belly out there on that floor moving around. It was like Jabba the Hutt out there, you know, moving around. Oh. Turks going down to Kalama this coming weekend. Absolutely. We had an announcement of TurksPride.tv. Weaver needs the pin here, guys. We need that points.
Only 15 seconds left on the clock.
Stay off your knees, young man. Four to 1 going into the second round. Red's choice, he defers.
Not often stated, but you almost always choose down because down is the easiest position to score points from.
Weaver with a quick switch but ends up with the stand-up. Doesn't get it.
Oh,
he's going to switch around.
Oh, counter switch, counter switch.
Same one, so he doesn't get it. Almost going to give up a reversal here. 6 to 1 though. Now he gives up the reversal. Makes it 6 to 3.
Switch into the counter switch, into the counter switch, into the counter switch, into the counter switch there.
Could you say that one more time?
Switch into the counter switch, into the counter switch, into the counter switch, into the counter switch.
Yep, that's the name of the move they were using. And after it was all said and done, it's 6 to 3.
No pressure on Jacob's hips right now.
He seems to be pinning that shoulder to the mat with that pressure.
Almost looks like he's going for a barbed wire right here.
Jacob needs to get out of this. He takes a second to adjust his headgear.
It's a little thing, but it can mess you up.
Yep.
Oh,
look at that!
Jacob was up.
Ah!
Oh.
A reversal to a reversal. Makes it 8 to 5. It's a close match so far. Jacob needs to score one more time here as the time expires, just to give himself some more points here. It's been a good match, guys. All right, we're going to go to the third round. I'm sure the Ceadercrest wrestler's going to choose down.
Mm-hmm. Now, we saw Jacob briefly on top at the beginning of the match.
Correct. He did actually score a reversal to and then gave up the reversal.
Right.
So twice we had a reversal to a reversal in this second round. Jacob using a caution to get a few extra breaths in there.
Oh, goes for a leg ride.
He's going to hip into Jacob is way too high on that.
Good job at readjusting himself, though. Oh!
Oh, that's
Half!
half. Get your half in, young man. And 1:20 left to go.
Score still 8-5.
Jacob up by 3, 1:04 to go. Oh,
Gets that leg right in. Right there.
55.
Good crossface.
Nope.
Oh, doesn't quite get it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
reversal. 8-7 now.
Jacob cannot give up any near fall right now.
Nope. We've got 41 seconds to go. Weaver is up 8. Weaver is up 8-7. He's now on the bottom. Wow. And a surprise with 40 seconds to go. And Jacob's now up by 2 points. So a takedown here ties it up for the Ceadercrest wrestler.
Now right here, both wrestlers are absolutely exhausted. This just comes down to pure grit.
Well, this might be some stall warnings coming out here in just a second. But he's...
Oh, goes for the throw.
No.
Oh
Come on,
my!
Jacob.
Excitement!
Oh,
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Come on, only 8 seconds.
He just
Oh.
needs to stay away from him for 5 seconds. The stall
stall.
warning...
very
The
close.
Jacob,
stall
you
warning
got a
is
stall
okay
warning.
there. Because even if he gives up the stall now, he can just back away. Because even if he gives up the 1 point, do not tie up. Jacob with the win on senior night, 9-7.
Wow.
I'm sweating.
Turks go up by 4 points going into the 160-pound match.
This will be with our very own Chase Leonard.
Senior Chase Leonard. Had his appendix burst this season. Yeah,
Did it really?
and lost a lot of weight. Of course, part of it was he lost his appendix. Yeah.
Chase's opponent seems to be a little bigger. Doesn't stop Chase, though.
Oh, Chase with the quick head and arm.
Come on, Chase.
Chase with the vice grip. Squeeze it, buddy.
That's a pin.
Oh, my goodness.
24, second pin from Chase Leonard.
Now, you can't see it at home, but his opponent had cut down from 170 because he's listed at 170 in our roster here, but clearly wrestled 160. Seem to have a small injury here.
I don't think our wrestler from Ceadercrest expected a head and arm. So Turks go up 33-23.
And now we've got Jamel, who was second in state last year.
Not my second. He's my first.
Second in state, first in our
saw
hearts.
I saw that match on.
Thanks.
Always first in our hearts, Mr. Jamal Carroll.
Oh,
This kid
beautiful
is-
single.
This kid has been working his whole life for this season. Oh, we're going to go out of bounds here.
I always loved watching Mel wrestle because it's just such precise movements. Everything has a purpose.
Well, coming into the spot, being up on points is one of the things that we needed to see to have the victory tonight.
Now, Brian, I'm unsure. A caution for improper elbow placement, is that different than stalling? Or do those add together?
I think it's different. It's just a caution unless you keep doing it.
Okay.
Stalling, if you get 2 stalling calls, then you get a point. You have to get multiple cautions.
That scoring information coming from our clarification desk over there. Glad to have her on the broadcast with us as a phone room manager for the Turks and scorekeeper. Oh, he's the typical. Oh, he said, "All right, I'll reset your." 30 seconds left to go here.
Pulling that arm out from underneath him.
There we go.
Looks like he switches into an arm bar, perhaps.
Yeah, he's got that arm bar on. Well, he doesn't exactly have it, but we got 5 seconds to go. He'll probably make a small move here right towards the end. Nope. Congratulations, young man. You just lasted a whole round with us with the second state wrestler from last year.
I have to say, my junior year, or maybe it was last year, I went a whole round with Jamel, and it was one of the best rounds of my life. Not basically because I did well, I just lasted the round.
Well, sometimes that's where your victories come in.
Now you see, if that was a second stall call, then the other guy would have gotten a point.
Ah.
Oh, he's gonna. He's flattened him. Now he's up on his toes. The official stopped flopping here. There we go. Yes, I said that. The official stopped flopping. The official stopped flopping. Jamal Carroll gets the win. Turks go up 39-23.
Great match there. That puts the Sultan up 39-23.
Anthony Hall at 182 pounds. We only have one more match. Well, actually, no, we don't. This is our last match of the night. We go to 195 pounds, and it's a forfeit because we started at 220.
Indeed.
So this is our last match of the night. Turks are win or lose this match. Hall with a quick throw.
Anthony must have been practicing with Chase this week.
The Turks are going to reestablish their dominance in the Cascade League with this dual victory coming up. Don't know why I was worried. I wasn't.
Good near hold points there.
Hall with the senior night opportunity here. Hey, are we able to give the Turk Pride wrestler of the night to a JV wrestler? I don't know.
I mean, you're the one who works here.
I'm talking. Let me talk to our executive producer. Well, we'll just don't know what we're gonna do here.
It's the Brian Atkins show, whatever
Well,
you.
Well,
Brian Atkinson
I think
show.
there would be nepotism if I gave it to the one I want to give it to. So. Senior.
Although I do have to point out, we don't have certificates for wrestling.
That's all right. Well, then
What?
I just get to name the one I want to name, right?
Absolutely.
Wow. No.
And I will be sure they get a drink card.
All right.
And you'll be making certificates for the future, right?
Yes, Claire.
Just for our listening audience out there, if we would normally nominate a Turk Pride Wrestler of the Night.
Claire, I absolutely will be.
That's the end of the first round. Anthony Hall up 7-0. Great job of getting some near fall and just controlling the match right there.
I really think that that Donald Dennis did a really good job in his match earlier. That would consideration and always.
There you go, Anthony.
Anthony flips it around.
Ooh.
But I think I'm going to go with Chase Leonard.
You know, I was on the exact same page. Man, great pin there by Anthony, though.
Anthony finishes it off.
Swiftly in the second round.
So we'll give him a certificate later because we don't have that for him. But
I have to say, what really stood about Chase's match is that they both walk out there, and Chase's opponent is just a massive, massive kid. But Chase, obviously not scared, just goes right into that head and arm.
And here
Well,
we got Tanner Belcher ready to wrestle.
I saw Chase in the wrestling room the other day, and I said, you're Tanner Belcher with the forfeit victory on senior night. I told Chase, I says, you're not a complete book anymore. And he says, why? And he goes, because you have no appendix. So for TurkPride.tv and all of our sponsors out there, our TurkPride.tv Wrestler of the Night is going to be Chase Leonard. And we'll be doing that offline. Given that presentation, maybe we can get a picture and post that to our Facebook page. So it's 51-23 is our final score. Turk wrestlers bring it out, and our JV wrestlers, of course, showed their heart and their spunk as usual. And Nick and Claire, wow, nice job! Way to have you guys with us. Dave and I appreciate you being here.
Love to be here.
Hey, you guys did an amazing job. Thanks.
You guys are
thanks for
amazing.
coming out.
Thank you very much.
And,
You guys, too.
For all of us
It's
here,
nice to have a student in our student broadcast.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so for clarification, what's the final score up there, Claire?
51-23 Sultan.
There you go. That's the clarification desk for you. Hey, I'm Coach Brian, and with Nick Sargent
Hello.
and Claire and Dave Moon.
Goodbye.
You guys have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.